All right, we're live. I don't know whether to have a sip of the coffee or the water. Got very dry lips. This winter Sydney's killing me.
And we went for like a little walk this morning. It was very cold, so that probably didn't help our throats or anything before we recorded a podcast episode.
Our throats and lips are very dry, so apologies if the audio is not great today, but we'll get through. We'll push through. But hope you guys have all been well. We're back with another episode of Look Mum, I'm Hustling.
Woohoo! Back with another episode, and guess what? We beat the statistic. We're past like the 10th episode.
Oh, we did.
I know, so cool.
Double digits.
Yeah.
Not just any double digit, number 11. Legs 11. Isn't that what they say in poker?
Sure. I always forget how to play poker, so I'd probably lose.
It's pretty easy.
Is it?
It can be.
It can be.
If you're smart and know how to play your cards and know how to do, crunching numbers in your brain and stuff. Same as chess. I can't play chess.
Oh, I can play chess. Yeah, because I struggle with numbers, but with chess, it's like physical little items. So I can sort of figure out how to strategize and get that queen.
There are ways of using mathematics in it, though.
Yeah.
We should probably watch that. What's that show?
Queen's Gambit.
Apparently very good. Everyone says good things, but I don't know if I can watch a whole TV show about chess.
Yeah, it's not really. You want more like hustling and things like that.
Well, it's based on a true story.
Yeah,
Really?
or loosely based on a true story. It's like one of the first female, I guess, chess champions or almost chess champions, but like she's got her own like history and like trauma and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's not too bad.
Checkers I can manage. It's a bit more of a simpleton's game.
Yeah.
Suits me quite well.
I think like whenever you go with like those small holidays and they always have like those board games, they always have like the checkers there. No one ever goes for the checkers. They go for like, backgammon.
We had that growing up. We had like Rummy King. I remember Rummy King. You ever play that growing up?
No, what's that?
I don't remember exactly what it is. I just remember opening the box 1,000 times. Rummy King, sort of like a checkers, sort of backgammon old person game. Yeah, I think.
What's that, like the stack it one with like the little circles?
Stack it one with circles.
Yeah, it's like it stands up and you like stack the little circles and stuff around.
Cup stacking?
No, not cup stacking. It's like a stand and it has like little holes and you have to try and like match up your coloured little coins. Disc things.
I've got no idea. This is Rummy King or Rummy Cub. Oh, there's different varieties.
Right.
Kind of like Scrabble with numbers, I guess.
I sort of like, it looked like the Guess Who game sort of set up with the things in front.
Rummy King. I remember playing it growing up quite a bit.
Yeah. Right. Okay, that sort of makes sense.
Rummy Cub. Maybe it's...
Nah.
Sounds like a German game.
Yeah. No, we're more like Mousetrap, like Monopoly type kids.
I was almost thrifted a copy of or a version of Mousetrap the other day. We didn't have many board games growing up, but one of our friends had everything. Queen's Gambit of board games, all of them. Whole Gambit, whatever. But he had Mousetrap and he had like Operation, all that good stuff.
Ooh.
We had Monopoly, Scrabble, upwards.
Yeah. Oh, and Twister. Twister was the other one.
Wasn't a big fan.
No, your limbs were too long?
Too tall, not limber enough for that.
I could just imagine you being like this awkward like kid with all your long limbs trying to like play and you're like, nah, not for me.
Good old board games. So we've got a couple in there we should play more often. What was that latest one? Catan was quite good.
Yeah, had a lot of fun playing that game.
We should take that away on our holidays in a couple of weeks.
Yes.
If it's suitable.
Yeah. I don't know if we'll be able to play it, but yeah, we've been super busy the last couple of weeks and we wanted to have some time off and decided to book a mini holiday. But yeah, this time around, we wanted to take Archie with us because the last time we went away, I missed the poor little guy. It was only like 2 nights, but we want to be able to travel a little bit more long term for like extra nights and not have to worry about him being boarded up somewhere.
Yeah, I like the idea of getting away from him for a few nights, but then it's like...
You always say that and you miss him.
Yeah, obviously I miss him, but he'll just stress out because we're not there and you never know what he's getting treated like or if he's playing with the other doggies or not.
Yeah.
So, I think we should take him.
Yeah, and we wanted to try and figure out, I guess, not sort of like the cheapest sort of way to travel with him, but also the less stressful way because he's a beagle. He can get himself into trouble like super, super quickly. So it was like, do we take him camping? with tents, and like would that bother him, or would we go like a van? So we were having a look at a couple of different like van options, which is kind of cool. So we went for one of those with like a bed, automatic because can't drive manual.
Yeah, definitely can't drive manual in your mid-30s. That's a life skill that probably should have learned a decade ago. But
I know.
Haven't gotten around there. So, anyway.
Yeah.
But we got camping gear, but we wanted to go camping, but seems a little bit stressful and sketchy having him on like a campsite. And
like just being on leash all the time. Oh, we're thinking about possibly like maybe a boat, because like when I was a kid, my dad rented like a houseboat once, and like we just traveled along the river. Like I was a teenager and I hated it, but I thought it'd be kind of cool. But then Archie's not a big fan of water.
He's not. That would be traumatic. I've never been on a houseboat, or like I was gonna like hire one for like a group party.
Yeah.
Probably for like my 21st or something back in the day, but never got around to it. But yeah, this time I think we're going to get the van. Can contain him so he doesn't go too crazy.
Yeah.
Doesn't go too stir crazy during the day. Remember sleeping and stuff. But a boat could have been fun. Yeah,
a boat could have been fun. But at least with the van, we're indoors if it's raining. Don't have to worry about crazy weather, because it is going to be mid-June. So it's going to be right in the middle of winter. I wanted to make sure it's a little bit more on the cozier side as well.
Those boats would be expensive. Like the van, that's a pretty basic van that we're going to be living in for a week.
Yeah.
I can only imagine like a houseboat. Pretty pricey.
I think so. It'd be way more expensive than a van. So that's definitely not our style of like, something that's kind of cool, but also not too much money. But like, remember like the other day when we were looking at different boats, and then that Jeff Bezos thing came up?
I've seen it floating around a few times on the internet. I think it's been in the works, or it's been getting built for a little while now. He's getting some super yacht.
Like
mega super yacht.
Wait, there's like different tiers of like super yachts?
Well, obviously.
Yeah. So
there's probably like cheap ones you can get for, I don't know, 10 grand maybe?
Cheap for 10 grand.
I don't know. That's a complete speculation.
Yeah. For me, that's like super expensive. But like, I remember you saying...
Obviously it's expensive.
I remember you saying like it was something like, it was like a crazy, huge boat, right?
Yeah. So heard about it a couple of times, sent it on Twitter, thought I'd investigate.
Yeah.
Just to compare what it would cost to rent, not even rent, you wouldn't be able to get a price to rent one of these, but like just to see what the creme de la creme, the filthy rich can afford and will obviously purchase because they can. So you looked into this and it's pretty interesting. Definitely more expensive than one of the houseboats we were looking at. Yeah,
could you just imagine these like uber rich people just renting one of these for the weekend?
Yep. So let me pull it up here.
Yeah.
What is your guess as to, like we looked at the numbers. It's estimated to cost $500 million.
Excuse me?
$500 million.
$500 million for this super yacht. Like how super is this super mega yacht?
So let me have a look at this.
Yeah. Like bring up some like measurements for me, because I'm curious of like how big this would be for like $500,000.
So it's coming in over 400 feet, and it actually needs its own support yacht. That's how big it is.
It needs its own support yacht?
Yeah, we can't even afford we wouldn't even be able to afford to rent one bedroom on the support yacht.
No.
For even a night.
We can't even afford a second car. That's crazy.
400 feet is just mental.
Oh.
It's almost as big as the Great Pyramid of Giza if the vessel was laid out vertically.
Far out. That's mental.
Actually, how do you even comprehend that?
That's like, that would not even fit in like a normal like bay docking area. It would have to be out in the ocean always, right?
Of course.
And then that support yacht would, I guess, oh no, wait, let me guess, a helipad?
It's got a helipad, yeah. He needs a helipad. Apparently he's got a mad obsession with helicopters and stuff lately, but you got to think why he needs this.
Yeah.
So, like, what's he up to? Is he, like, creating, like, a Bezos ark, like a Noah's ark?
Oh, like, does he... Because he's literally one of the richest person in the world, right? Or one of them.
I'd say so. Let me have a look.
Yeah. Because, like, if he was, would he have secret knowledge of something that's going to happen that we don't know? Is he, like, building this super yacht for the impending, apocalypse? Is there going to be a big flood? Is there going to be zombies?
He probably has some insight. I mean, his company is probably contributing a lot to
everything that's going on.
Global destruction.
Yeah.
Not factual, Jeff.
No.
I'm sure he's a good bloke. He's actually stepped away from the company. I don't think he's a CEO anymore. Could be wrong, but I believe he's got a space company now. Should probably research this more.
Yeah.
But I guess he's in the space race as well. I believe. Could be wrong.
I wouldn't be surprised.
He is number one, age 57, net worth $177 billion, as according to this Investopedia article.
Wow.
Yep. Owns 11% of Amazon.
11%.
Yep.
That's not as much as I thought, but I guess Amazon's like worth heaps anyway.
Well, that's his net worth, and he spent $500 million on the yacht.
$500,000 or $500 million?
$500 million. 500 million. Yeah.
500 million. Yep. Far out.
So it's pretty crazy.
Yeah. On that one. And just like,
he would have to have supports, like not support staff, but employees like year round to maintain that.
Because it'd essentially be like a huge hotel. Like he's essentially bought like a hotel.
A massive hotel.
Yeah, with all the employees. Yeah, it'd have everything a hotel would. Obviously, like probably has 1,000 gyms in there and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
A sauna, bowling alley.
It'd have to have its own maintenance crew.
Be like the far out. Imagine like owning the Titanic.
Yeah. I wonder how big it is compared to the Titanic. I'm not going to go into that, but it's $500 million. Crazy.
That's mental. Like I can't even fathom like that. It'd just be so big.
Obviously, that's not his only yacht as well. Like surely he's got another. You don't just go and buy that straight up.
As like your first yacht.
Like you build your way up to it, right?
Yeah. You'd have to like just buy them in stages.
Yeah. It's probably got about 4 or 5.
Yeah. And then I guess he'd like, when he's not using it, rent it out to the other super rich people, right?
I don't know if you'd be renting that out. That would come with some crazy liabilities and insurance and whatnot.
Yeah. But there'd probably be some like overseas royalties out there that would be able to afford something like that.
Some aristocrats.
Yeah. Like Dubai, all those kind of uber rich people.
Yeah. So we're looking into this, and then I thought it'd be cool to see what other wealthy people are Australian based. So everyone knows all the big tech entrepreneurs in America, but you don't hear about the Aussie ones that often. And they actually just released the Australian Financial Rich List, I think it's called. So I went into there and just to find some young tech entrepreneurs from Australia.
Oh, that's really cool, because with those rich lists, they're always obviously older because they've had time to accumulate that wealth and everything, but like, you know, we're still kind of young, and it's, you know, nice to see that there's people out there that aren't, you know, haven't been saving and, you know, working for like the past 50 years. They've got some wealth and stuff behind them. It's quite a bit of an inspiration for sure.
Yeah, so I think they put out the top 200 wealthiest people, or like groups of people, like families and stuff, just this week actually. So I thought I'd go through and just see like how many people are under like 40 or under 45 and have made their way onto their list. So majority of them are all quite old people. You got Gina Reinhart.
Staple.
A lot of these people are like in the mining or retail ecosystem. Yeah. So the first one I wanted to quickly talk about is ranked number 10 now, Melanie Perkins and Cliff Obrecht.
Oh.
And they have a combined wealth of $7.98 billion.
That's mental. That's still so much money. That's crazy.
Crazy. So they actually started Canva.
You brought this up the other day. I've never heard of Canva. What is Canva?
You never used Canva? So it's pretty popular on the social media, in the social media world. You just basically, it's a drag and drop app and website to make social media posts. So you can make Facebook posts, YouTube thumbnails, Instagram posts, all that sort of stuff. So, you know, it has the correct dimensions for different social media platforms, whether it's square, rectangle, the correct pixels and dimensions and stuff. And you can format it all, drag different colors and fonts and shapes and all that sort of stuff in the app, and just make sure you create stuff on the fly, like really quick.
Oh, that sounds super handy. I bet that would have done so well during COVID because everybody was like working from home. A lot of people were doing more social media stuff, so I bet it would have helped out a whole bunch. I've never heard of this one before. I guess, because you do most of the editing and everything as well for a lot of our videos and our content. So you mentioned this one. I was like, I've never heard of these guys before.
I've used them in the past, but I generally use Adobe and stuff just to get a bit more control and whatnot, play around a bit more. But this is very, very good like app and platform for people that aren't super into graphic design and just want to like pump out things really quick and easily. I'm pretty sure they'd have a free option and a paid option. But what's interesting is they're from Australia. So they actually started this, I think, in Perth as a scrapbooking like website.
Oh, wow.
Or tool. Yeah. So I'm guessing they used to make scrapbooks for year 12, end of high school type situations. And yeah, that's how it started. Just a simple drag and drop feature, drag in your classmates and different pictures and quotes and whatever. And then realize we can apply this to social media posts, images and text and everything. Pretty crazy.
Yeah, and we were like talking about this the other day as well. It's just like you have this idea or you find out like someone has this particular problem and you find that solution to that problem or idea and then you make it work and then you realize, hey, what else can I do with this same thing and like change it and adapt it to something else. And it started of something, I guess, helping out high school students that now helps out a whole entire world with social media. That's so cool.
It's crazy. So it says today the number stands at, or the total users, active users is 55 million, 3 million of them paid. So the majority of them are using it for free and they're making their revenue off
that 3 million.
The 3 million that you like paying for the pro version.
That's mad. And Aussie too. That's so cool.
Originally popular for lightweight design tools that made it easy for small and medium-sized businesses to print or draft print and digital assets like menus and Instagram cards, Canva has since grown into more of a real-time collaboration suite. Canva claims that more than 85% of the 500 largest companies in the US use Canva in some capacity.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Far out. They definitely saw a problem or something like that.
So
That's
it's just
mad.
super simple. Like this podcast, obviously we do a lot of like promo and stuff like that. We can just make a quick promo, 1 minute, just episode title, what the episode's about, and potentially drag an audio clip on there and stuff and export it. Super, super simple and quick. But yeah, 85% of the 500 largest companies use it to some capacity.
That's mental.
And they're only taking revenue off 3 million out of the 55. So imagine if they incorporate different pricing tiers.
Yeah.
Or, other avenues of bringing in revenue. Pretty crazy. And they're only in their 30s, I believe, in their mid-30s.
That's so cool. What are we doing?
It's crazy how it started out, though. It's a little scrapbooking drag and drop thing.
It's just like this little simple thing and then, just adapt it. And now 85% of companies. What inspiration.
Crazy.
That's mad.
Drag and drop. Reminds me of the GeoCities days.
GeoCity days?
Did you ever make like a GeoCities website, like back, like MySpace era?
No. I did customize my MySpace profile though with some HTML.
Right, that's about as close as you'll get into like this level of tech and design.
Exactly. That's
choosing your top 8 and changing your MySpace HTML.
No, I used to, go into the profile and how you'd like edit out like the person's like signature so they wouldn't be on there. Little bits like that. But not as probably as is in depth as you were.
It wasn't that good with MySpace. It was just more about putting up cool bands.
That's pretty cool.
All right.
Was there any other cool young people?
There are, but they don't. The next ones I wanted to talk about were a bit further down the list. So that couple from Canva ranked number 10. Before we get to anyone in their sort of 30s or 40s, but you have to go a fair way down the list.
Oh yeah, because we pass all the classics like Packer and all those well-known.
And it's crazy how many of them are within the same family. So like Gina Reinhardt, like 4 or 5 of her kids are in like the top 50.
That's give some other people a go.
No, they don't. I'm sure they might be doing good things with it. I'm not gonna.
No, we don't. We haven't done that much research into this.
Not that smart. The next one I want to talk about was this fella. I haven't done that much research on him, but seems pretty interesting. I hadn't heard of him or his business. I'm guessing you haven't either. His name is Lawrence Escalante. So he actually started like a online gaming website called Virtual Gaming Worlds.
Oh.
So it's basically online gambling, like casino type stuff.
Yep.
And he's ranked, 35 in the top 200 richest people in Australia, valued or has his total net worth valued at $2.68 billion.
That's still so much money. So you know how you have those pop-up ads and things like that with like the poker machines and all that kind of stuff? Is that sort of like what he would do?
It's more just like, have you ever played like online poker? Obviously, you said you played poker. You don't know how to play poker.
Oh, but like those official online poker websites and things like that. Gotcha.
Yeah, but real money at stake.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he started at Hungry Jack's, teenage employee, would spend hours playing arcade games. He's suddenly worth $2+ billion. This article here is a little bit older, but from this year, he's aged 39.
Oh.
Crazy. So his virtual gaming worlds started in Perth.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, users come on and pay real money to buy virtual gold coins to play. So different, blackjack or whatever, whatever type of gambling games you would like, operating under a sweepstakes model that allows users a chance to win promotional sweepstake prizes that can be redeemed for cash.
Right, so similar to like a casino.
It's just a casino.
Yeah.
And obviously being in lockdown, a lot of these younger entrepreneurs have almost like doubled their wealth just from everyone being forced inside and more into, I guess, engage with a more digital world and lifestyle.
Yeah, I've heard like a lot of these like younger tech people or just like the tech industry in general just really shot up during COVID because a lot of people were working from home, and to work from home you need that kind of tech, but especially with something like this, with gambling, people can't go to and it's big here in Australia, unfortunately, like people can't go gambling or anything like that at the pub, so they'll sit down at home to get their little gambling fix, I suppose.
And no sports on.
Yeah, no sports either. Yeah, so a lot of people were just sitting in front of their computers most of the time. Yeah. I know we were.
Some people, reach for video games and stuff, but then there's some people that love having the money aspect involved and potential upside of winning a lot of money. So yeah, can definitely see why this has skyrocketed. Who knows if it's going to continue or whatnot. But yeah, he started at Hungry Jack's making it $5.65 an hour.
That's definitely below minimum wage, right? Oh, he would have been like, what, 13? What's the youngest age in Australia?
That was going back. That's, probably back before 2010, it says.
Oh, yeah, true. Yeah, that would have been. Yeah, because I remember like the first job you get like the 11.40 an hour being like the 14-year-olds that we were. Yeah.
I remember, I have my initial Woolworths pay slip, or like the agreement, and it was about that. It was about $5.60. And that was 2002 maybe? Yeah.
Far out. And
pennies.
Like, I know. It's just... Yeah, retrospect, looking back compared to like how much we used to earn then compared to now. Yeah, it's so much different. Even how like the economy's changed. Mental.
Just not any wealthier yet. We're not doing the right things.
We're getting there. We're working towards it.
What's cool about a lot of these younger guys, and I'm sure all the older people in this list do as well, is invest in a lot of newer, smaller companies. Obviously, the way to accumulate wealth is to invest in new things, but yeah, they invest in a lot of other things. Like this guy's into cars and stuff, and he invests in smaller business with all his accumulation of wealth. So that's really good to see.
Oh, that's awesome.
The next one is something we're both a bit more familiar with, and I think probably a lot of the listeners are as well. Actually, next on the list is Nick Molnar, ranked 36 with a total net worth of $2.67 billion.
Ooh.
He founded Afterpay.
Old mate, man, whoever got into Afterpay early, big claps on you. I think, was it the Equity Mates is when we were listening to it, and one of them got into Afterpay pretty early? Yeah. God, if we did, because like apps like that now, so you got Afterpay, ZipPay, I know there's like so many now that you can use as like the whole buy now, pay later, just to quickly tap and go when you don't have the funds available.
Yep.
Purchase the item that you want, whether it's in store or online. Like you can do both of them, which is pretty cool now.
This is a bit of a cool little side note, suitable to us and a lot of our followers. Just reading from the article here. If you're watching, or if you're listening to the podcast, we're doing it on YouTube as well with a bit of overlay. If you guys want to look a bit more into what we're talking about. So this article says you might know Afterpay from these two guys that started it. Mona start as I'm horrible at explaining this. Basically, one of them had a used to.
Let me have a read over there. Yeah, so it looks like one of them used to have
an eBay business. That was my point. Sorry, horrible transition.
It used to be an eBay reseller. Was it jewelry that I see from here?
Jewelry, yeah.
Yeah, that's mad.
And within a year was the site's highest selling Australian jewelry retailer. Side note.
Wow.
Pretty interesting. So there's opportunities there for us resellers to
come up with something like Afterpay.
Come up with a crazy tech idea. But yeah, it's crazy how much it's taken off. I think we've used it a couple of times in the past, but not really the biggest fans of purchasing things we can't afford on the spot.
No, like we spent a lot of time taking control of our debt, which is now fully paid off. There's a couple of times that actually come in handy. Like there was one called OpenPay as well. There's so many different apps that you can use. But it was when we had to do a vet emergency visit and we actually didn't have the funds available at the time. Yeah. And the fact that you could just sign up on the app, put in a couple of details, and then we got some money to be able to pay for his vet emergency visit and then just pay it off slowly over time. It was just really convenient and just a blessing in disguise to be able to, help Archie out in that scenario. So yeah, definitely being able to apply for those straight away in an emergency came in handy. But don't advocate for, putting yourself even more in debt just to use things like this.
Yeah. It's just crazy to see some of it's potential for young people to make a life-changing company essentially.
Yeah.
Canva is maybe not the most life-changing, but Afterpay, like you said, it can change your financial situation in a heartbeat. Obviously, there's strings attached, paying things back and whatnot, but it can get you out of a sticky situation. Yeah. Canva, you get a good Instagram post, but not too life-changing.
Hey, I bet it helped those high school students back in the day just to, get out of the schoolroom. Man, I was thinking, imagine if we invented something like Afterpay and then it just, shot up like those two guys' idea did. Could you imagine just, scale and scale and scale, but...
Too intense.
Yeah. It would be kind of stressful. I don't know if I could handle something like that because they went from, a small garage thing and shot up super quickly, right? It just escalated.
I don't think I'd be able to handle it. I can barely handle running a small eBay business. But I was thinking about this the other day, even if you were to have a business take off like that, you need advisors, all these, CFO, financial officers, all these board members that you have no idea how to interview for or know, how to get people in and choose the right people, who's going to guide you through that situation. You just be so vulnerable in that situation. Anyone could take over your business if you don't know what you're doing. We've all seen the movies where you sign the deal and you're straight away the company's taken over.
It's should have read the fine print. But yeah, I would definitely be one of those naive type of people. Yeah. I wouldn't even know what to do. It's all of a sudden you have all this money coming in, all this demand for something that you've just created. Wouldn't even be able to fathom.
Yeah, so success can be the failure of the business potentially.
Yeah,
if you don't know how to handle it.
Yeah, if you're not ready for it, or I guess if you don't surround yourself with the right type of people that you could trust and I guess advise you properly.
Yeah. Well, I don't have any crazy tech ideas, but I have had some sub-decent app ideas in the past.
Oh, really?
Yes. Don't laugh.
I won't.
Probably going to get slaughtered for this.
I'll be nice, I promise.
Not the best. So one app idea that I had was a menstrual notification app, right?
For dudes?
For men.
Oh, no, just for partners, I assume.
For partners.
Yeah.
So basically, you have your app for following your cycle and whatnot.
Yeah, I use the Clue app. I really like it. It's pretty accurate if you keep putting in the data.
Yeah, but I don't know when it's coming. So what if there was an app that I could I don't have to ask you any questions. The partner generally knows what the go is in that situation, and they can put their own dates in of when things are happening, and it essentially syncs up with the women's one. But then you get a notification a day or two before, buy some flowers, buy some chocolate.
Oh, get some ice cream.
So it's essentially a way of guys getting out of potential bad situation by preemptively buying gifts for a rough time of the month.
That's actually kind of smart. I could imagine there would be a partner version of the Clue app. So whatever data I pop in, you don't see anything except getting that notification. Be because I get a notification saying, hey, your cycle is starting in 2 days, and then it'll be like, hey, your cycle should be starting tomorrow, and you would get like the same sort of notification. You'd be like, sweet, got to stock up on those salt and vinegar chips.
Or something. I'm pretty sure I had a look at it at the time and it already existed. This was probably 7 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I thought it was a cool idea.
But
not from personal experience or anything, just I thought it might be helpful to society. The other idea, maybe not so useful or helpful by any means, OnlyMans.
What?
OnlyMans.
What's OnlyMans?
So it's OnlyFans, but it's just only mans, only men.
Right.
So no females on there, just men.
And what would this?
Oh, they can be straight or bi or gay, whatever.
And what do you do on this OnlyMans?
It's just only mans, just men.
But what would you do?
The same thing as OnlyFans. You're just ripping off OnlyFans, but it's just for mans.
But
you're not getting it.
No, I do. So like, I just realized. So you just like, it's just men doing like, isn't OnlyFans like a lot of like sexy times?
Yeah, but no female, just men.
Okay,
just only mans.
All right, just men.
I had this reaction at work. I tried to get some seed investors at work behind the initiation of the app. Mm-hmm. No one was interested. No one
likes to be secluded.
I'm pretty sure I'd get sued straight away, right?
Probably. Yeah. I don't. I can see where you're coming from. I bet you could do better. Only men's.
Have you had any app ideas before?
App ideas? Only like just trying to, because like I love organization, but the thing is like you've got a calendar app, you've got like a reminder app, you've got your shopping list apps and all that kind of stuff. I'd love something that's just all integrated into one, because you do have like, obviously you got Trello, which is like a version, but it can be a bit clunky sometimes. You have to use HTML, like, you have to format it, all that kind of thing.
You want everything in one place.
Yeah, so essentially like the old school, like, your little calendars or your little diaries that you could take with you. And it's got like, just pretty much everything in there that you need, but it's all in just one little app. But essentially that's just your whole entire phone though.
I'm sure there would be some apps. You just got to find the right one.
Yeah.
And it's a matter of the user interface. Like I've had some that sort of incorporate all those elements that you're speaking about, but it's the user interface. If it's not easy to navigate between all the different tabs, that's the differentiator in a good app.
Yeah.
But that's a market that you can't really compete with now. There's probably like 400 calendar scheduling apps.
There's just like too many out there, and I don't like any of them so far.
And guess how many you have to compete with OnlyMans?
One.
Probably just one, yeah.
Yeah, just OnlyFans, right?
OnlyFans, yeah. All right, guys. Well, that'll be it. We'll wrap up this episode there before it gets too out of hand.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you guys so much for listening again to the Look Mum, I'm Hustling podcast. You can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcast, Anchor.
Ooh, that's our new hosting platform.
And on YouTube. Just search Look Mum, I'm Hustling in Google and you'll probably find every single avenue to listen to the pod.
Yeah, check us out on the YouTubes, because we'll have a bit of screen grab, a little bit more interaction. If you actually want to see our faces rather than just our voices, come on over, and also drop us a comment over there as well. Subscribe, like, we appreciate it all.
And please don't forget to leave a 5-star rating and review in Apple Music, or Apple Podcasts rather.
Mm-hmm.
Helps the show out a lot and gets us shown on different charts and stuff like that, and shown to new listeners. So we'd really appreciate that. And we'll see you guys in the next pod. Catch you later.
Thank you for listening.
Keep making your mum proud.